Hello everyone, I hope you're having a good day, and welcome to the next part of our playthrough of Ocarina of Time with low kills. Today we will be doing all the remaining running around in the field. Off camera I did everything from leaving the forest to meeting Zelda for the first time, so now we're going to be doing all the running around and going up into Goron City and completing Dodongo's Cavern. As you can see, we're going to begin backtracking to get to the forest as fast as possible. And unfortunately, the very next enemy that we have to kill is going to be this peahead if it doesn't get away from me. Oh, jeez, no! Okay, it's not him, but it is coming up very quickly. The next enemy that is going to have to fall to our sword is going to be the Wolfos in the Sacred Forest Meadow at the very beginning, because without destroying him, we can't get through that gate that blocks our way. And there he is now. Of course, thankfully, Wolfos are a fairly simple fight. One hit, one kill. And now we pay our respects. Okay, that's good. So, just for the sake of doing so, I'm going to show myself running through this little maze in the Forest Meadow. Of course, technically, by my previous rule of the Deku Scrubs, I could be reflecting their shots back at them, but these shoot 3 nuts instead of 1, so it would be a little bit time consuming to do that because the first 2 would bounce off of themselves, and I could just simply run through them. They only deal, what, half a heart of damage I would think it was, so not really a danger to me. I have to talk to Navi here because I'm going to also run backwards to get through this hallway, since you do move faster going backwards. Go down these steps a little bit more just to be on the safe side, and here we go through. Ow. But no, not a lot of damage taken. At the top of the stairs, we'll get Saria's song, and from there we are good to head up towards... Oh, excuse me, I'm getting ahead of myself. We're good to head into Kakariko Village for the first time. First of all, just for the sake of argument, let's get back down these stairs and let's get out of the maze. Scrubs have no idea what to do, running downstairs backwards. I take a quick pit stop, which I think may have been accidental, into this fairy fountain, but while I'm down there I figured, why not, let's patch up the wounds just to be on the safe side. Technically I do have a bottle full of Lon Lon milk, because something else I did off camera is go to Malon's little Super Cuckoo minigame. So I do have that bottle of milk should I need a quick refresher in hearts. Hopefully that won't be the case. There again, I figured no enemies were between the forest and the castle, so why take the time to show all that? You know how it works. Something else I didn't show is me collecting all of Anju's chickens. Most people have certainly seen that done enough times that you don't need to see it again. There I went to go talk to the guard, showed him Zelda's letter to get up into the Death Mountain Trail, but then I realized I was getting ahead of myself, much like I just did in my own commentary. I forgot to come to the graveyard and get the Hylian shield that's inside this grave. Why spend rupees on a shield when I can get one for free by, grave robbing? It's fine. I'm sure it's fine. We're going to put on that Hylian shield just to make sure I don't end up losing the Deku shield in a horrible twist of fate. A fiery twist of fate, as it were. And now we're going to head up Death Mountain Trail to get to Goron Village. Or Goron City, excuse me. Obviously these red Tektites don't prove a whole lot of a threat. Again, just a matter of principle, me showing myself getting by them without harming them in any way. This guy's no problem, even though I feel like he hit me there. Didn't matter. So now we are going to make our way into Goron City, talk to Darunia, get the Goron Bracelet, and then we'll get into today's dungeon, the Dodongo's Cavern. Death Mountain Trail is long and winding, and has 1 Goron. Well, 2 Gorons, but 1 that nearly strikes me down. Actually 3 Gorons, isn't it? Mini Gorons. It's like there's a city up here. And a city there is. And now dance break. Here's a good question for today's comments. What song do you listen to that would make you dance like this? Bonus points if you then also upload a video of you in a mosh pit at a concert, dancing like this. He's certainly into it. Now that Darunia has had his time in the limelight, we're going to take our Goron's bracelet and we're going to head into Dodongo's cavern. One pick of the bomb flower and it's time to miss. It's time to miss. Miss the giant boulder at the bottom of the chasm. Let's try that again. Much better. And no, rocks don't count. At least not that rock. Now we're gonna sneak by and get that piece of heart. Eventually, readjust, and there we go. I never realized for the longest time that you were supposed to grow one of those flowers and come get this as an adult. I've pretty much always done that backflip over the fence to get there. Now we enter Dodongo's Cavern. Thankfully, yet again, not a lot of enemies that are going to be in our way in this case. However, there's going to be many more casualties compared to the Deku Tree. Again, not saying a whole lot, it's just a fact. Now he's going to warn us of lava, and again, just as a matter of principle, I'm going to show that this Beamos has pretty much no threat to me. He's stationary and can't see me quickly enough. Next, we're going to take this bomb flower and open up our first pathway. And that Beamos is a jerk and shoots me right in the shins. 1 heart of damage. Honestly, pretty big damage when you only have 4. First hurdle we're going to run into here are these baby Dodongos. I'm just going to completely shield them with the Hylian shield. They can't do anything to me with this, and, you know, the less chances taken the better. Get a little bit of cash again in case we need to go on a shopping spree at any point. We will need to go buy an item, but it's not going to be for a while. There again, there's a blue rupee. I somehow missed picking up the green one. Who cares? It's a buck. And 2 locked doors. Well, you know what that means. It's time to go back on our morals. And somehow missed that jump attack. Got him on a second go around though. 2 Lizalfos. And again, no way to get by them, at least not when I'm doing this glitchless. Honestly, I don't know if there'd be a way around them if it wasn't glitchless. So we're going to do some crouch stabs now that we have the jump attack stored. Do the most damage we can and be able to do it quickly. He's going to jump back over, 1 stab and he's dead. For some reason, apparently my damage was different to the other one because it takes more than 1 stab to get rid of the second one, even though, as far as I'm concerned, I should have dealt the same damage to both of them. But neither here nor there. 3 and 4, the 2 Lizalfos. Not for nothing, though, we're 2 dungeons in, or I guess 1.5 as far as it goes, and we've only had to kill 4 enemies. To me, that's pretty darn good. And speaking of enemies, here's the cavern's namesake, Dodongos. They are slow. They can't see me quickly enough to do anything to me. We're going to run by them. We're just going to light these torches and open up this door. So lead out to the switch, which will lead us to the other side of the Dodongo's cavern. Of course, to get there, we're going to pass by our old friend Beamos. Guess what? He still can't do anything. At least as long as I avoid his one singular eye, which I can. And now we head into the room with the bombable staircase, but there's no enemies there. Technically 2 Skulltulas, but obviously they're not going anywhere. They're not in my way. Oh look, fire keys. Let's not lose our shield. In a run where I don't want to fight things, being able to block things is very important. Not a whole lot to this room. Push the statue out of the way, hit the switch, and we move on. A couple of fire keys here, but obviously nothing pressing. We can run right by them. No problems. I will say that one made me a little bit nervous. Felt like maybe he could have swooped down at me as I made that jump and knocked me off the bridge. Wouldn't that have been fun? Moving on, here's another hallway filled with those baby Dodongos. Again, nothing they can do to me as long as I have the Hylian shield equipped, so not a big deal. And we've gone quite a bit without having to kill anything. And that's when the bars come down on the doors again. You guessed it. You know it. You love them. The LoZ are back. Ow. My subpar swordplay neither here nor there. They're just as easy to dispatch as they were the first time. And this may be the one case where our 5th and 6th kills were the same as the 3rd and 4th kills. Because yet again, unfortunately, no way past them. You know, I remember thinking these guys were so cool the first time I fought them as a kid. But that's when you encounter the stall folks. You learn that they're them plus, with shields. 6 enemies down, and we're going to do the slingshot puzzles, so to claim our prize of the bomb bag. 4th of July comes early. We'll open up this Kingdodongo skull. Maybe the one we fight isn't the first. Maybe he's Kingdodongo the second. I guess I didn't really formally name. Yeah, whatever. I'm gonna hop up here and this Keese is gonna get to me too quickly. I should know that, for as many times as I've played through this game, that happens to me all the time when I go for that ledge right away. But I'll learn. Well, okay, I learned nothing. Clearly I learned nothing. But 3rd time's the charm. We're gonna go up here to this ledge, and that Keese is going to hit me, because I don't learn. I learn nothing. Nothing at all. I learned so little, in fact, that I went the wrong way and then got scared by music. Nope, not this time. You neither. Alright, now we're where we need to be. And thankfully there's a fairy right down here in case you are very dumb. I was very dumb, so I need that fairy. This is going to lead us right back into the room, except this time we're going to have a block that we can push, so we can hold that switch down and get into the last room where we fall into the Kingdodongo fight. The only trick with this room is obviously the fire keys that are flying around, but they don't really prove a threat as much as they do a nuisance. And buttons are hard, as you can see. At least this time I blocked the fire keys. Maybe I do learn. It just takes several tries. Nope, never mind. Buttons are hard again. Anyway, we're gonna push this block onto the switch and gain entrance to the second boss fight, Kingdodongo. I mean, I don't know what you want me to say here. It goes exactly as you would expect. Obviously, there's nothing we can do to keep from defeating him. So, here we go. What a great cinematic for this guy, though. I love the creepiness of Queen Goma, and I love just the intimidation factor of Kingdodongo the second. That's canon as far as I'm concerned. This is Kingdodongo the second. And he still dislikes smoke. Although I believe that was regular Dodongos, wasn't it? They all dislike smoke. Frankly, don't we all? They were ahead of their time. Again, another flash of this fight. I do utilize the sword instead of the Deku stick because I've only got one. And if I can keep from having to run all the way back to Kokiri Forest and buy more swords or do whatever else I would have to do to get more, more sticks, I'm going to go ahead and keep that one so I can do puzzles with it. It does make this boss fight slower, but it's not like I'm going to die to him. This ain't the thing like the keys. No, really, I'm not going to die to him. I'd have to be going out of my way to die to Kingdodongo. Even as a kid, I quickly realized the Hylian shield just made his rolling nothing. And there we are. Kingdodongo is felled. And he's gonna meet his fiery end right here. I wanted to make some kind of Katamari joke, but the words escaped me. 7 down. Once again, though, 7 enemies in 2 dungeons to me is a pretty good ratio. Now, outside of the dungeon, Daruni is going to quickly give us the Goron's Ruby. I almost forgot the name of the stone. Don't know how I did that. But because his spiel is so long, he gave it to us very quickly. And he's going to direct us to go up the mountain to receive a gift from the Great Fairy. We're going to take him up on that offer. Obviously, I'm going to run backwards. Again, you move faster backwards than you do forwards. And to get hit by these rocks in this case, you'd have to have something silly happen, like losing track of what you're doing and then, oh god, oh help. Okay. Thankfully, we gained that heart from Kingdodongo, so it's fine. Once again, we have another wall with Skulltulas. And I'm going to show you, on accident mind you, but still show you, what happens if you try to rush this. But if you're like me, you turn it into a neat trick shot, and you land on the platform anyway, and it's fine. And it almost looks like you did it on purpose. That being said, I don't want to land on that platform over and over. I would rather get to the top. So I'm actually going to wait for this guy to turn. The Skulltulas do have like a cone of view and everything. But I heard him notice me there, so I'm going to start moving slowly again. Thankfully, this guy's already looking away, so I don't have to worry about him. And at the top of the mountain we get. Blow up this wall. And we have the magic meter. Not necessarily going to use it for the spin attack so much as we are for Din's fire. That's a big deal. And that's it for this part. All we have to do now is run to Zora's River, and that is where we're going to pick up next time. I hope you're enjoying the series, and I will see you in the next part. As soon as we get down here to Zora's River... Hey, get out of my way. Okay, thanks. Again, not my fault. That doesn't count. I can't help that the skeletons are apparently super weak to water. Zora's River holy water? We'll question that next time. Zora's River. And up next, Lord Jabu Jabu. I will see you in the next part.